Alright, what's up dudes and dudettes, Dino here, basically bringing you guys another installment of the clinic. I'm going to be running you guys over D Train on Counter-Strike Go, or CSGO, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Again, it's the same thing like I did last time. But anyways, I just want to bring you guys again, like I said, the competitive perspective of the game, as opposed to, like, say, some 4-minute walkthrough of the map. I want to, like, check out some spams, check out some stuff, like how you would routinely play D Train, like at Source, but since there's been such a serious amount of modifications and alterations to the map, that's not going to be possible anymore. This is the one map that Valve has pretty much gone overhaul unnecessarily on the map. I mean, this is going to require a lot of change in your strategy, your defaults, your setups, and just overall how you play the map. The flow of the map has changed significantly. So you guys are going to be drawn and just dove into a serious world that's unknown to anybody. Alright, so bear with me, and my initial reactions are going to be based on the fact that I've already 10-manned the map once, and honestly, the map is just ridiculous in my personal opinion, but we'll see. I mean, there's probably potential in it that I don't see yet, but we're going to try and see what we can do. Alright, so yeah, we're going to set this down, and I'm going to say, if you guys hear some music or anything like that, that's just me jamming out, because honestly it's kind of late right now where I'm at, so I'm just trying to bring this to you guys right now, so before I forget, so I have more content and I can get back to doing Source like I normally do. So, here we go, we're sizing this down. Alright, right about there. And yeah, Jared Schultz, yeah, have fun. So, here's the story, guys, check us out. And bam. Look at this. So we got Train, we got T-Spawn, it's looking cute. It's looking good. We got more Russian stuff. Alright. Look at this. T-Spawn. It's pretty much identical, alright? This hasn't really been altered. You got yourself these default places. Sandbags are still there. You got this garbage area that's still there. This ivy, this alleyway. Alright. Look at that. Hold on. Yeah. Oh. There you go. Turn up my gamma a little higher. That way it's easier to see for you guys. Alright, so as you can see, pretty much alley is intact until we get to here. No barrels. You'll notice that, as opposed to Source. Alright? That's fine. It's not the end of the world. I'm not worried about it. The difference is it just makes this alleyway a little bit harder for the CTs to hold, because the choke point isn't nearly as small. The choke point is now at the sandbag, as opposed to right here. It's a little further up. So, I mean, it's not too much. But, honestly, here's one thing you will notice. You can come up here. So in case somebody throws a smoke down. What you can do is you can use the silhouette of the sandbags and the light itself, just to kind of check to see models as they're trying to run through. You're able to just spam this. Yeah. You're able to just control that a little easier. But as terrorists, it's a little bit more difficult. So what you're going to want to do is, you're going to primarily want to boost up here, alright? And when you boost up here on the fence, alright, you're going to want to come here usually with an op. You typically want to boost the op. You want to just come here, and clear it out. Be safe. I will say this, is you can still spam that wall. And you come right here. Right about here. Yeah. And then there's also the fact that you can come right here and I believe spam dark spot. Yeah, it's a little further. Yeah, see, so if somebody's actually hiding here, watching the push, they'll get spammed from that spot. That's one thing you guys should try maybe doing, either with an ALP or an M4. It really doesn't matter. You can still here, I'll show you real fast. You can just take this M4 right here, and you see it spams. Easy. That's free damage, free kill. I mean, that's something you guys should really take advantage of. It's not the worst idea in the world. My next question is whether we can actually boost up here. See, look, so you don't get skyboxed. Oh, looks like they made sure it wasn't. You're not able to actually boost up there. That pipe is real, so you might be able to boost up on this. Let's see. Oh, no. Whoa. Yep. Yeah. No, we're good. But typically, what it is, guys, is as like a terrorist or something like that, if you're playing anti-push, like holding back for like the pushes that the CTs might do, they say like 3 or 4 rush IV with flashbangs, you don't want to be up there caught off guard in a battle that like significantly increases their chances of success. You want to play a little bit smarter. You want to play further back, be able to play the distance, use your AKs, use your ops, and just win by utilizing your firepower. There's no point in getting up close and giving them more of a chance to win. Don't do that. That's stupid. I mean, you can play up close and everything, just you realize you're running a greater risk by playing up here. If they're on eco and you expect it, you predict the eco, you get killed here, that's your fault. That's not their fault. They did the right thing. They did exactly what they needed to do to get that frag. You're playing up and you're just being an idiot, then you need to stop being an idiot. Figure it out. Do something better. Alright, that's just one way of, that's just kind of the similar way of playing Ivy. I mean, there's nothing really special about it. I will say that you can also spam. One of my old spams, what I like to do in Source is I would like to do this. I used to like use the barrels a lot. What I would do is sit here, watch through the cracks of the barrels, and watch them as they cross, and have a flashbang primed. I'd be like, pop, let the flashbang pop on the other side of the barrels. And typically what people do is when they get blind, they would hug these corners, alright? And they would be a silhouette. And you would see them. So I would sit like right here at this angle and I would just start spamming. And as you can see, the fence itself has clipping. So you have to be aware of that. The fence is going to have clipping, so it's probably going to reduce the amount of damage, not just on top of going through this thin sheet metal. Thin tin. See? You see it spams though? So just remember that. That's good stuff. You could also come here as a terrorist and run the spam spot. See? How is all dusty? A little further to the left, to be honest. See, there you go. That'll help you spam a little bit better. It puts more pressures on the CTs. Even if you don't kill them, you still do damage to them, freaks them out. They automatically get out of position, they're out of the comfort zone, and you have a better chance at catching them off guard. When a player is most vulnerable is when they're on the move. That's when they're most vulnerable, because it's like they don't have the accuracy of standing still and being able to just sit here and fire. You want to be able to push them, move them like chess pieces to the places you want them to go. Predict and assess, then you can actually assault in a very accurate and executed formation. Alright, next we're going to come over here to T middle, see if there's any differences. No differences really, it's just about the same. I wonder if you could still boost up here. If you can get up here still, yep, looks like you could still boost up here if you wanted to, but who really needs to? Yeah. Next you've got yourself white walls, alright, or bathroom, or inner, T-side inner, take your pick. And look at this, there's less clutter in here, which is nice. I wonder if the Coke machines work. Nope, nothing. You can break glass, you can pop that friggin' microwave a little bit, and break that. Yeah, see, there's just so much extra stuff that you really don't need in this game, but it's there because, I mean, it's 2012. We have to have better computers. I mean, you can't just pretend there's not gonna be better computers. They go either the toilets or they haven't finished making the toilets. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I mean, usually you could just kick it. If they put toilets, you could just actually sit here. You would have this kind of angle as you're on top of them, and you would have the advantage. You'd be able to shoot them, catch them off guard. Alright? Because you'd wanna be behind the first one, but this is another like nice angle right here that they added. This one's sweet. This was never here before. Alright, but this is a nice angle. If you could be as a CT and push up where you're on a terrorist and you're watching the back, just you're safer right there too. I mean, there's nobody that's gonna be able to see you from that behind this. Speaking of, I want to see how many of these we can spam. It spams 2 of them. There's no exit wound, so 1 AK will spam that. Let's see what we got M4 wise. 1, 2, 3. So you can spam these. You can spam these with them, but I'm kind of curious now what they're not. We've got an off that goes to all 3 of them. So, as you know, and you're able to do spam, this will probably do like 30-40% reduction. This will probably do like 60% reduction, and this would probably do like 80% reduction. That would be my assumption. Just calculate a guess on how much damage you're actually going to do through that. And here's another thing. I want to see if this is spammable. Yes, it is. You could spam with an op. I want to see if you can spam with an op. What's it called? Spam with the M4. Yeah? Yeah, you can spam with an M4 as well, looks like. Yeah. Deagle. You can spam with the Deagle as well. Alright, that's good to know. Let's see how many of these the Deagle goes through. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, yeah, 3. So, I mean, that's good to know. This entire up here is spam. Let's see if this goes right to the B. And yep, you can spam through the metal bar. Alright, good to know. Now, here's a flashbang that we used to use, well, we still use, to be honest. You would bank it off this, and it would pop. It would be considered a pop flash. Alright, because then it cooks by the time it gets down there. It pops almost midair, and there's no time for the CTs to react, or whoever's in the ladder to react, I should say. Because as a CT, you'll retake commonly by pushing inside, and you'll be coming down ladder to help assault retake outside. Let's take a look outside real fast. Actually, let's go back up here. I'm going to bring you up here. This stairway is a little bit wider. This doorway is also a little wider. Inside, the boiler area is looking pretty sick. What I could see, I can foresee that sometimes maybe a CT might smoke down here. See how high the smokes go? He could get his teammate to boost him. Well, maybe. Maybe. Well, we'll see. Maybe if they allow it, we don't know. For some reason my game's crashed, or not allowing me to move. I'm not sure. Wow, that was interesting. So that's some sort of weird thing about the game. Before we go into the inside bomb site, which I have seen is drastically different, we're going to approach from what we normally would do at ladder. Normally what I would do at ladder is I would come here and I would check the end of the train with, say, like an op. I typically came here and I check what the end of the ladder train is an op. And as you've noticed, guys, look, outside, significantly different. Ladder trains, like all the trains are similar in the more 1.6-esque, I would say, because they're just big. They're just huge. The only thing that they took away from 1.6 and Source is you can't crouch underneath them. You see this? You can't even crouch very low to see underneath them unless you're like utilizing the terrain. So that's one thing you guys are gonna have to recognize. Looking for the dips and the lows on this game, you kind of have to just be like this, checking that out, because that over there is Z. Like, that is going to be a really difficult mid pick from now on. Alright, you can probably come out here and check anybody rushing ladder, but it's still going to be difficult because you've got obstacles in the way. But let's take a look outside. As you guys can see, you've got your dumpster still. We've got E-box. There's no barrels out here, there's just pallets, but you can come here. You can just opt the slice right back there of behind what used to be bomb train, Because that ain't bomb train no more, ladies and gentlemen. That is no longer bomb train. You got yourself the right side, you got yourself Cubby, and Cubby now goes up there. Cubby goes to the CT side heaven. You got two heavens. I mean, you fuck up once, you go to the other heaven. Fuck it. That's a religion joke. Sorry, do not crucify me for making one. But I don't really care. I would have to say that, look at this, the bomb site is in the middle of the map, in the middle of outside. So I mean, I guess it makes sense that it's in the middle, so it's fair to get to, but at CTs, it's fucking god awful for us to have to try and defend this. It's gonna be ridiculous hard. Alright, here's heaven. You can jump up here still. You can, our favorite old school clipping is still there. You can come up here, which is gonna be outlawed still, I bet. Let's see if we can get over there. Nope, no, that hurts. So they skyboxed it just low enough where you can't get over there. Here's the T connector. This is the way we're coming out. Let's check out this heaven. Let's check out hell actually. Since you can't hide in trains, you have to play on top of these things. Like, look at this view over to Z. Like, you can't see it unless you jump up here. Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, I could see that being a pretty common spot to like jump up and pick. But you're pretty covered to get up to heaven. Like some teams, I'm sure will just do this. Have a guy get up on this ladder, huck a flash, wait till it pops, and get up to heaven. The thing is this: there's no longer a cover for you. There's no like AC unit right there. Like instead, you have to utilize the bomb site itself, the silos, the little radioactive marshmallows we talked about last time. It's a little bit more difficult to come out of heaven by jumping. You got yourself your favorite little like, let me surprise attack you, surprise sex it. It's really slow though, as you can see, much slower than before. I think that's worth it. That needed to be added because the game was, you could go way too fast. You got this corner up here completely blocked from CT spawn. You could come right here a little bit. I'm willing to bet. See, yeah, I'm willing to bet that, yeah, you might be lucky enough to catch somebody jumping across Z from here. I don't think you really will find many people who are doing that. It's not wise. I mean, people are gonna peek each angle and clear them out systematically before they actually do anything weird like that and risky. So, just keep in mind that not everything's the same. Yeah, my favorite little spots are like these ones. You can be up here, you're able to like spot ladder, and you're also able to spot middle. Very unsafe. It's one of my favorites though, just because it's unsafe. It's fun, unique. Alright, this is a spot that people will love. Alright, like CTs love to just come here, and they love to just sit right here. Once they get an M4, they can just sit right here. They're very covered, very hard to hit them. You have to just hit the headshot or nothing, and they can just sit here and spray. They get 1 to 2 to 3 frags in source. But since there's a sandbag, alright, we didn't explore from this angle, but when you're coming out of Ivy, usually you would be like here, you say like throw a smoke, backside. Alright, once that's smoked out, then you would focus on coming out here towards Sandwich, where Sandwich used to be. Now you got these sandbags here, you gotta come out here and clear hell, because a lot of people, even CTs and terrorists, love to come up here and check out Cubby, and sit right here. The trains don't stick out from the actual yard, the covered areas either. But you've got what used to be Sandwich, alright? It's huge. This thing is like an 8-foot sub, alright? It is catering time. These guys are just delivering you just giant sandwiches with how big this position is now. Especially now that it's so close to bombs. Like, it's next to a bomb site, like, physically in front of it. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't even know what we're going to call this area anymore. Yeah, and I don't even, like, let's analyze the bomb site real quick, because I know you guys are curious just like I was. Let's see, can we plant on that barrel? Yes, we can. Can we plant on the ground? Yes, we can. Yeah, I can plant right here. I can plant right here. I can plant right here. Super cover, super amounts of cover. Covered. Like, pretty much everything on this, like, cement block right here. You can plant right here for Ivy. Like, your Ivy plants are probably going to be, like, I'm going to say, I'm not sure, you can't really get that. There you go. This is going to be your ivy plant. Alright, because these guys are going to have to come way up to plant to defuse that bomb. Alright, like unlike what's it called? Unlike a nuke, you can't plant on top of this ridge, which is good. Alright, that means they actually put a limit on the height. Let's see. You can plant on the train itself. Pretty much anywhere. Oh, it's right there. Alright, it's good. Plant over here. Plant over here. Plant on these barrels. Plant on these barrels too. You could plant on the high barrels. Alright, you can plant over here too. This is ridiculous. I don't see this being safe to do, but you can still do it. This is probably one of your safest bets, is like right up here. Like you get in this plant, or I've seen some people do it like this. They come up here and they plant right here. Alright, you're completely covered from everything but a rush from Z or a player playing from ladder and heaven. Those are the only three positions. Oh, and hell, it looks like. Alright, so there's 4 angles that somebody can actually kill you. Like hell, I mean, Ivy, if they have an op, they could probably pick you off, but it's going to be very unlikely they're going to be allowed to even do that. You're going to be putting way too much pressure on them as terrorists, if you can actually plant the bomb, that is, safely. Ecos are going to be much more difficult on this map, with that being said. And you've got to realize it, like, there's not nearly as much cover, you can't hide under trains, and it's just absurd. Let's see. Plant right there, but not here. You can't plant on the hitches anymore. Plant over here, here, here. Yep. Pretty much everything on the cement block. You could plant for CT spawn. You could be planting for Z. You could plant for Z for sure. You could plant for hell. You could be this is also a plant, I would say, for ladder. It's very easy to control. Let's see. We're on the train. There we go. This is a plant for 5 train. Alright, yeah. Like, the plants themselves are ridiculous. You guys can see them too. Like, you guys are gonna also have common nades where you're gonna learn. Like, one nade I'm gonna say is gonna be good is this. Goes into Z, does some damage. You can also bank flashes off that. Maybe not so exposed. I would say you could huck it off of that guy. And then that would pop like right around this area, like above this part of the ground. And it would pop and blind anybody's Z or near the cubby area. That really will give you some serious amounts of leverage. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to explore a bit of Ivy. Alright. Oppers, this is where you guys love to be. This is where oppers love to be. You can actually pick through these cracks of the sandbag. And I found a crack right here you also can shoot through. Alright? Doesn't clip at all. Well, that one clipped. But I'm just saying, like, I used to hit a shot. I had a shot once where I actually shot through that thing. But you'll find some more clipping. I mean, it's not the only one. Yeah, right there. See, didn't touch the sandbag at all. Like, you just get free frag right there because they can't see you. So you just gotta be ready. Because you'll be able to see them and they won't be able to see you. And any frag you get on either side of the map, on like terrace or CT side, is good. Great. Keep it up. Do it for your team. These are gonna be the common pick spots. Alright. So you got a guy running straight out of hell, or you're running straight out of T-Town. Alright, there's not much clipping. Oh, I want to explain to you guys, greatness, that I actually endorse and love the fact out of Valve. See this? Clipping is very low. We got really no clipping on this. And here's one thing that was notorious, the hitches. Look at that. They even made sure that that hole itself was empty. Well, maybe not that one. Interesting. I guess I didn't check that thoroughly enough last time, but the clipping around the hitch is good. So much dust. Good God. Valve, get rid of it, please. There's so much. It's a little absurd. It's ridiculous. Please eliminate some of it. I reduce it drastically if you have to. But yeah. Let's see. Also, see those bullet holes? So if a person was like right here, that was that spam spot I was showing you earlier. That's where they would catch you, because they would come like right here. They'd be able to strafe out, PQ, and if they're right around the corner, you could spam them easy. But let's go. Alright, so you guys love these spots. Spots like this, you can sit up on this light. It's illegal. It's a really, like, you can get really pinned down right here. Like, but you can throw a smoke right there. Scare the terrorists into coming in blind or something like that. Give you a better chance at survival. See, one thing I don't like is, look at that. I just realized this. Check this out. You throw a smoke down, but the dust that you kick up from your shot, it will more than likely provide a silhouette, just like if you were using the lights, like the lights in DE Season or something like that, or DE Prodigy in Source. You would be able to see a silhouette of them. I bet you anything. If I was spamming the floor and I had a teammate just watching it, similar to how you would have, like, say, two teammates opping T side dust 2. One would go for the cross pick while the other one would go for the counter pick. The guy who strafes out and tries to pick you as you're going for that pick. So that way this is what you could do the same way, is you could just throw the smoke down, say down here at Ivy, and kick up some dust. Kick up some dust right here. Maybe it just depends on the area, but I just feel that's very theoretical, and it might happen. More than likely will. Let's see, next. Let's go. We got 5 train to look at. Like I said, no longer the dastardly deed that it was. Alright, look at this clipping. You could actually do some pretty good damage. We're not right here, though. That's off-putting. Alright, but to get on 5, you can't. Alright, the hitches on the back of 5, severely different. You can actually come right here between the two and strafe off them all the time. Alright, we got beer bottles. We got lights, camera. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's a real thing. You could actually boost a player on top of this guy. Actually, now I think about it, if you boost Sony on top of 5, I don't even know if you're able to actually boost a player on top of 5. I haven't tried it yet. I'm kind of curious now. No, I don't know. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. We'll have to ask and figure this out. You got yourself what used to be bomb train. I don't even know what we're going to call it anymore. 4-lane. EPF. Fuck if I know. All I'm going to say is, like, this is typically your default op spot. Alright, watching anybody trying to exit ladder. Just get a quick click on there trying to jump out. Definitely something I would recommend you learning how to do. It could either run out, or you can also be right here for the counter pick. If any of them try to jump out, and avoiding the guy who's opping, you could wait till they come over here unknowingly, running into your crosshair. Because typically, I mean, like the sound cue that if they hear a bullet being fired like an op shot, they can almost generally guess and like use like some sort of like information they use, like common spot being this one, since it's so powerful. Like if they hear a shot go off right as their teammate jumps out, they're gonna come right out and already have a really good idea on where you are at. So maybe avoid the first shot and just wait for the next guy to come out and get that second shot off, because it's more than likely an opper or it's his support. And if you take either one of them out, you're still doing really good for your team. Let's see. I would have to say you got yourself middle, and I checked spams on these things, guys. You could spam through 1 barrel, but not 2 with any of the guns. Alright, but I did not check the spam of underneath this thing. I don't really see if you can actually spam this. Let's take a look. Let's point towards something else. Nope, you can't spam through it. So, terrorists, you would be safe to plant on that side. Even though a counter-terrorist is just going to do this. They're going to just know that you're there, puck that right over the top, bang. That will just destroy anybody trying to eco-plant. So, be careful when you're trying to plant. Find good plant spots. Plant spots that cannot be taken advantage of. I really endorse you guys finding stuff out for yourself. When the game comes out, I want you guys to be the creative ones. I'm just giving you something from my own experience that I might see that some people don't. Maybe you guys will see something that I don't. Alright, and I found quite a few things after my last few videos that I didn't put in them, because I found them almost immediately after. Done on video editing software. This is what I'm restricted to, making new videos every damn time. So please, don't get mad that my shit isn't great. Like these things, here's the thing, alright? You can see that you can spam that part. You can only spam the sides, like say, like that. But you cannot spam the direct center. Alright, see? Like, you can't spam this direct center at all. That's the same bullet fall from this guy right here on the left. So you gotta realize that this you could play a gun battle around it, but I wouldn't bank on it. Like you could just play gun rounds, bam, you'd be safe. Alright, now we're gonna take a look at what used to be Cubby. Alright? This guy used to have to get boosted on this roof. Alright, it was a little thinner. This wall was much higher, so you really didn't have much exposure unless they came directly in front of you or out of Ivy or Hell area. And they just ran across Sandwich, and your field of vision is very narrow, and you always had to jump on them because they never expected you up here. But now this is ridiculous. I mean, you could come up here as a counter-terrorist or as a CT. Take your pick. I know that as a terrorist, when I come right here, I'm going to throw flashes off the skybox that go straight into Z. Alright? See this? And I'm also going to be doing this. If they have cooler, I'll be jumping and throwing those nades. Let me check this out. I'd be like, alright, I'm going to come right here, find a common spot that hide from counter-terrorists, and be like, jump. I'm going to just huck that, and just do as much damage as I can before I even have to enter the site. Do as much damage as you can safely first. Make your life easier. Don't retake against 4 guys with 500, or 4 guys with 100 HP. Why not take on 3 guys, possibly, with getting a frag, or maybe 4 guys with more damage, where it's easier to just dink them with an M4. I mean, because, known to source, it's just one headshot with an AK is a kill, but one headshot with an M4 is called a dink. Mainly because you dink them, you hear the sound. Alright, the sound cue is very similar. But then you've also got emails. You've also got yourself the fact that it only typically does anywhere from 80 to about 89 dink as the first bullet on the headshot, so it doesn't normally kill him. It's a 2-shot kill. So that's the reason why you find a lot of players who favor the AK more than the M4. And who knows if that's different now, but I will say that it's good to have information like that, just so that way when you're setting up. What we'll say is this, great suppressing fire as a CT, you'll at least be informed. Alright, I'm not entirely sure if there's a spam spot up here. I'm actually kind of curious now. Let's see. We don't got exit wounds, so yeah, it's not spammable. But, actually, I want to see this. Yeah, not seeing spam spots. Yeah, not spammable. And also another thing to keep in mind, I mean, obviously trains aren't spammable. And that would be just silly. There'd be no point in putting them there if they're spammable. So, I would have to say that the map itself is just completely different in terms of the flow and how you're going to be able to play it. I will say one thing that CTs are going to learn are they're going to find smokes from, say, like right here. There should be a smoke that they can probably ricochet twice. Alright, it'll probably bank off the wall and then off the train. Alright, a little higher. Right, it'll probably bank a smoke that kind of just comes out here and blooms. So that way, one, it makes it scary for the terrorists to come out. Anytime the terrorists, like, typically you would send a T op middle. I don't think that's the case anymore. Pretty positive op middle will be one of the least effective positions for an op. I'm pretty positive it's going to be restricted to Ivy now, and Ivy and the ladder room. Alright, mainly because, I mean, when you come out here, you could get a frag or two. You might get one frag or two, like, popping right here. But you won't be able to, like do much damage outside of that. You get a frag going, you strafe out here, you're exposed to 1, 2, 3 spots already, if not somebody pushing ladder. And then you have yourself strafing out here where you have the back of 5 lane. Alright, that's a pick spot. And then you got yourself Ivy still. I mean, there's a lot to actually care about when you're opping on train. So you're going to have to be a little bit aware. You're going to have to learn the different routes, the common routes that players like to take to get to their positions the fastest, the safest, and the most advantageous in terms of, are they always smoking my T connector? Are they always smoking my ladder room? And if they are, where are they doing it from? That way you can at least deduce that, hey, that's one slot, that's one place that somebody comes from. That way at least you have an idea, like, alright, let's figure out where the other 4 come from. And then once you figure that out, and you can actually figure out the most common routes that they'll take. Because players, human beings are habitual creatures. We're going to do things in habit all the time. So it's like, if I like playing Ivy, I'm going to love going through back Ivy. I'm going to love going through CT stairs to Ivy. But it's also, if I'm going to say like, yeah, it's like, if I'll even show you. I'm talking to the camera. But if I'm a CT and I like to play Ivy, I'm coming this way almost every freaking round. And there's the first opening pick spot for them. Here's the next opening, there's the third, and then here's the fourth. Alright? I mean, those are just the common spots. Alright? Those would be the common angles you would need to look for if you're looking for that player. Next, you got yourself people who like to play ladder. Typically, you'll see them come on a Z. They're going to run through Z right here, throw a flashbang over middle, like, well, at least you used to. Now they won't have to, because it's really difficult to actually get the pick now. And then they would say maybe come up here by pushing. Oh my god, that yellow has clipping. Oh, it blocked my smoke. Next, you can just see them this. They can take a smoke right there, huck it in there. That blooms out really far. But what it does is it also just completely eliminates an outlet, an area of the terrace that no longer have map control of that. They don't have control of it. If it's smoked, nobody has control of it. The CTs who are playing around the smoke have a better advantage because they will more than likely see your silhouette before you see theirs, because you'll be in the smoke, blind from the smoke. Alright? It goes without saying that that's pretty much the rule of thumb in terms of like how to play aggressive CT with rifles. So I mean, you would love to smoke in here. Like if I was a CT and we had one guy already smoked this T connector, like say like doing that, I would love to just get another guy like right here and smoke this out. And then you could sit right here. You could be like right here with a rifle. You could just be like, damn son. Look at that, and look at that, more dust. You can see this in the ladder silhouette. You can see lights. I mean, you have such an advantage with smokes on CT side. People think it's only for terrorists. Terrorists, oh, let's maneuver their ops. Let's move their ops away from their effective positioning so we can take the sights easier. Yeah, that is true. But CTs can use them just as effectively. Alright? Given, I mean, the terrorists are on the offense, so they have control of the round. They have control of the round in terms of when do we want to move? When do we want to execute? And pretty much they can bait or fish for nades by throwing a flashbang or making some noise, shooting, and like giving up numbers, feeding the information to the CTs might cause them to use their nades early and ineffectively, or I would say inefficiently would be the better word. So if they're using their smokes and flashes early, like say like 20 seconds into the round, that means you can just wait it out. You have yourself another minute after those go away. So that's something to keep in mind when you're actually playing the game, as opposed to say like, oh, like we don't know how to play the game. People always complain about like, oh, I don't know how to take this, I don't know how to take that. Like, you learn. Alright, use these more advanced tactics to really up your game. Apply them to your game. Assimilate them to your game. Make them your own. And that way you can be like a top player. You'll be playing in the pro circuit in no time if you're actually applying things that the top players are telling you. There's a lot of outlets out there, guys, for people who are actually really good at the games, who put a lot of their own time into the game. And when they share that information freely with you, I should hope that you're taking it with open arms. I mean, don't let like somebody being a dick or something like that deter you. I mean, hell, I'll direct you at the dicks themselves. I don't really care if they're dicks, because you know what? If they're looking to share information and spread it, alright, for a monetary value or free, doesn't matter to me. But the thing is, they're giving you what they never received. They're giving you the information that will make it so you're not going to go through the same trials that they did. See, they went through, like I personally, I went through trial and error on everything. So you got to have to, please, accept the information that we give you, because we're trying to spare you the years of time to learn and play with those top players, to finally learn those tips and tricks. That's what I want you guys to understand when I'm making these videos. Alright? But anyways, back to the map walkthrough. Let's see, you've got yourself middle. We already went over this. I mean, there's nothing you can't spam that, can't spam this. E-box, still spammable. An M4 means it's spammable with a rifle, an AK and an op. Next, we're gonna go over here. Like, I would say different angles, different ways to hold Ivy. I would say this is one way to hold Ivy. Use this pick spot. You can come up here and play a different angle right here as well. You can pick anybody going hell from right here. You can pick over here to Ivy. You can take your pick, no pun intended. Like right here, anybody just quickly coming out mid. Like, given they're gonna get out faster than you can get down, so get up there. Next, you can see the common flashbangs. I mean, like, you've got people who retake sites by doing this. Yeah, that's effective. This, if you didn't notice, this is further away, because I used to be able to sit like right here and jump, alright, and source, like, run right over this thing and jump onto that light, and that gave me a slight advantage, like a random, uncommon, peculiar spot, letting me get like the opening picks. Like, look at that. Let's see, who knows if you can actually get up here? Oh my God, that exploded. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, like I said, we came right here. We throw like that nade right there. We could do flashbangs over the top. Those flashbangs in this game are very effective. So don't think that's just a waste. I mean, if it helps you guys retake the site in some way, I mean, if you think there's guys CT heaven, do it. Because you know what? If they take outside, there's almost always going to be somebody CT heaven. I mean, it's forcing you to come out and expose your back to so many other different angles. Like, when you're coming out here and you have to check up CT heaven, you now have your back to ladder, middle, heaven, hell, Ivy, 5, bomb, old bomb train, and then you're at such a disadvantage when you're turning around constantly. Alright? And players like me who have really low sensitivities, I mean, look at this. I mean, this is like an entire swipe of my mouse pad. It's only going like 90 degrees. So, I mean, there's a lot of players out there like that. Oh, actually, look at that. You could probably boost on this guy. Yep. Look at this. You can get a hell pick, you can get yourself an Ivy pick, easy. And I wonder how it looks with the smoke grenade, because this is going to be smoked, I guarantee it. And smokes will completely disable this spot too. So, I mean, if it's smoked, don't even bother. You just might as well drop off, because you're going to sit there and be a sitting duck. Next, you've got yourself inside. My question is, can you come like right here, huck a flashbang over, and does it pop inside? No, it should have blinded me, if anything. Nope, nope, not affected at all. So don't even bother with those guys. I mean, if they don't work, they don't work. Next, we're gonna check out inner bomb. Oh, we'll check out CT spawn, see the new digs. Looks pretty much the same, just got a different feel to it. It's a little wider right here. Yeah, it's about the same now. I know when you're picking from like CT ramp to Z, I mean, you have to really expose yourself to inside upper. So you got to be careful when you're doing that. You might see a head pop around there. Let's see, headshots are right about here. So, actually we might still be able to utilize that. If they rush, say like, if they smoke inside, or if they smoke like what used to be bomb train to avoid the opper, rushing straight into Z. Yeah, so you actually can get the frag. You can get one, like that's about head level to chest, like head to neck level. So you should probably be able to get 1 to 2 frags if you're right here with an op or an M4. Next you've got yourself CT ramp. The normal, they're added a step itself. Instead of just being 1, there's 2. So, next, like I said, you guys will see this. There's a very there must have been like a yard sale or something like that, a train yard sale, because there's no more trains. Like there's literally like 1, 2, 3 trains with a bomb site. Alright, that I think is ridiculous. Now going inside is going to be 100% dependent on smokes or the opening picks. Like unless you guys are just buck nasty at this damn game, and it's beta, and once you come into this damn site, if you don't have smokes laid down, like you gotta get them down there. Like as a terrorist, I know that a lot of terrorists love to do these kind of smokes. What they can do is smoke right about here, push it out there as far as you can. Since you don't get that much cover, you want to put it as far as you can. Right? See a semi-smokes right there. Then you usually, like a lot of other, what they'll do is this. They could either come like right here and huck that smoke underneath the site, giving you a chance to really come up here and plant the bomb, which I really think is the best way to do it, because that way, one, you could avoid a lot of damage because of this little thing right here. You can plant right there, you can plant right here if you wanted to. But I mean, that's going to be your easiest plant, because those are the plant spots that typical terrorists do. Alright? Because look at this. You can't plant on the ground. You can't plant on the ground at all. At all. Look at that. The radar is so deceiving right now. I'm kind of jelly. I'm kind of mad. Yeah, you got to plant on the bomb right there. Oh, we got ground plants. Okay, we can plant over here. Okay, alright, so the extension is from the actual train itself to this, right about here. Yeah, right about here. So you got yourself extended, like right till about here, like all in the cement. So this is gonna be more of a CT spawn. Like this is a perfect upper plant. Well, I'd say it's more of an upper / CT spawn. Alright, so I mean those are your best bets. Or it would be more of a Z connector train plant, because mainly you can climb up the train and peek to see if they're diffusing, if they're faking. Alright, but let's see what else we can plant on. We can plant on this guy. Can't plant on the marshmallows, the radioactive. I like how that there's Russian everywhere, but there's English right here. Interesting. Well, let's keep going. Must be on the bomb site to plant. Bomb site to plant. Bomb site to plant. Yeah, not happening. We could plant right here. You can plant on the edge. You can plant on the edge of life. Alright, good. Yeah, let's see. See, here's the thing. This registers, this icon on the bottom right, it registers that we're on the bomb site, but it says you must be standing on the ground to plant. So it recognizes that we're not on the ground. Next, alright, so you're gonna see this guy people are gonna use this constantly. They're gonna be pushing the site, but if they don't have enough smokes or flashbangs, they're just gonna come here and be lazy. They gotta jump on the hitches themselves, just so they can avoid getting seen from the feet. Because what it's gonna happen is this. CTs are still going to be checking under trains. They're going to be looking for those opening easy frags that they can get. Anything they can get that gives them an edge. Alright, and what all we'll say is this. Look at this. Val was cool enough to put my favorite thing about back inside with a ladder, and with a knob or something like that. You can run straight across rather than have to depend on each door frame. But like you can come right here, get nice little pick lower, strafe over here, get a nice pick upper. Then you can just catch anybody going to the bomb site, just straight shoot into this thing. There's no clipping, so you can tell like they really went all out on the trains. Which I mean, props to you guys, badass. Happy to see that you guys really eliminated the #1 problem of train. But you guys increased like everyone's heartache when you just like completely like threw our map into a food processor and then an organ grinder and then let somebody eat it and then regurgitate it, because this is this is retarded. This is terrible. I really cannot stand this map, to be honest, right now. And not to mention, look at this. You can't run up Pop Dog anymore. Or we call this Pop Dog in source. We're not sure what you 1.6 players call it, but look at this. You can't even jump. You can't get out. Like, you can only just crouch jump to get out. You can't standing jump. Look at that. I'm stuck. That needs to change. Alright. Talking about change. You can crouch and get over here. You can't go up the ladders from the side anymore, so you would be stuck. You would have to come up here. What I'll say is this is as a CT, like you used to be able to pick up there on that ramp. Alright? But you can't do that really much anymore. You can pick like right down here in the sight. Anybody trying to jump on the train, you're still semi-exposed to upper. Then you've got yourself being able to pick at the end of this Pop Dog, or Sunshine as some people would call it now. You can get this pick right here, right down here where flatbed used to be. There's just a lot to go in, and you could also play really funny, goofy spots like this, or not. You actually can't even go down that. You can't even run this side of the train. Oh my dear Jesus, man. I mean, could it be any harder for the terrorists? This is absurd. The CTs are going to have a field day too. Retake's going to be narrowed down to this corridor and that sidewalk. Man, I bet you, yeah, I can't even run up that. Like, this ladder is only usable from the handicap rack, the handicap ramp. This is ridiculous. Alright. But what you're more than likely going to still see from CTs, they're going to be nade stacking lower, just to go for the eco-frags. I mean, now that a single nade could probably ace, I mean, they don't need to nade stack anymore. There's no point. I mean, all I know is that it's just, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You could just do that. Like, one thing I like to do is I usually would pre-flash, because that way it makes it easy for me to get 1 to 2 frags and then fall off safely if the nade doesn't really do enough damage. Next you can throw the smoke. Alright, that goes up there and it scares scares terrorists, just like I said. It's a fear factor thing. Intimidate your opponent if you can. Next you could do this one. Alright, so what it does is it blooms, and you see their feet long before they can see anything. So this is like, it's like free frag. That smoke going down there could fall all the way back here. See that? You still see the smoke? Easy pop shot. Easy shots. Yeah, I mean, for the inside, on a CT defense, is not really much to it. I mean, your strongest assets are going to be probably being able to be like right here and get a frag here, like right around here. You know, there's not much clipping at all. Like, there's the ladder in the way, but it's not really clipping. All right, so that's strong. Come like right here. There's nothing you can really do with this angle. So you can come right here and you could just be standing kind of like right around here. You can expose yourself slightly to lower, but you get yourself a free shot up and up. You can play in the bomb site like I used to. I used to like come like right around here. Be like right there, fall off. Check out anybody rushing you down. Now that here's another thing that's really important that people won't realize. Elevation. Alright, their heads are going to be at the same spots every time. And since you can't really, you have to like crouch to do this, nobody's going to willingly put themselves at risk by crouching and getting their feet shot. They're going to run right across.
and hug the wall, so you're gonna see them at the same level. Like, you're gonna see them right about here. Alright, so there's your headshot level. That's gonna be where you're gonna always need to aim. Then you can see them if they try to climb up the ladder. They're flashing hardcore. Then you see them coming out upper. Then you can just play Ring Around the Rosie with the sight. I mean, it's just, the applications are endless. But another spot would be like a CT would be right around here, probably watching, like right this corner, because you'll catch them pretty much by surprise. The only difference is you'd want to have a teammate have this thing smoked, because at least that gives you a little bit more protection, and you could have a teammate opping that while you're watching right up close. You can play a 2-3 split rather than a 1-4 or a 1 with a rotator. 1-4 with a rotation. So I mean, you guys have such advantage now. It's ridiculous. CTs don't even need it really, but they can. They can afford to use that. You got up close, got a little bit of clipping as you guys can see. It's a part of the game. So when you're coming down here, and you got your smokes. Throw that smoke down there. It blooms, so you come down here, clear the side a little bit, check those spots commonly. I mean, that's what used to be flatbed. Good God, that smoke. Then you got yourself the connector pick. Alright, you could probably pick connector right about here. Yeah, you could probably pick connector right here. That's going to be a common positioning for a player while they're planting. Easy frag right there for the terrorist. But the CT can pre-fire it now. Like right here is good too, because you have a lot of cover from this angle. So you get a free frag like here. You can watch, strafe out, and then go and pick. Or you can just be like opping straight down this ladder, this alleyway. But they're gonna have the advantage. Remember this, all right? Because you know they get a crouch right here. Actually, there's no difference. This train's low enough. There's no real advantage to either side. But look at this, you can still shoot feet that are rushing down, and unless they're on sidewalk. If they're on sidewalk or something like that, you still get free legs. You can always see this, and this is also going to be a common spot. Like even with an op or an M4, I could foresee that happening. People are just coming over here, getting like as much damage as they can as they try to enter the site. So this one guy could be like right around here watching if they try to go for a floor plant on this side. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, you just remember, guys, also just retake with nades if you're taking inside SCTs. But what I'm gonna say is, I mean, there's really not much spammable stuff in this map. I mean, this wall is not spammable. I know that for sure. Watch. See, no exit wound. We're good. I'm not sure if you could spam white walls. No, that went through something completely different. Yeah, as you can see, did not do any damage. There's nothing you can really do. The only thing spammable about this is anything in the yellow tape is spammable. Everything outside of it is not. I checked that out before, so. See, smoke. No smoke. And as you can tell, I mean, that's what the yellow tape is, like right around this whole thing. Alright. I know as counter-terrorists, as a terrorist, you're going to want to have this smoke, because you want to get that down as far as possible. It gives you as much cover, and it blinds anybody hiding hell. Like, so this guy can't even use this spot anymore. Good stuff to use. Like, get that smoke down there as deep as you can, really. Isolate and control. Fight 1v1 battles or 4v1 battles instead of 4v4 battles. Why would you even need to? And it's really good for you to do that kind of style stuff. And then, like, say you could probably get a smoke grenade. Oh, no, you could more than likely smoke up there. That's not what I was really aiming for. I was aiming for Z smoke. Like, we used to have these old Z smokes, like from right around here. The only problem is there's no more clouds to like queue off of. Alright, everything's really different. Like, I think that might work. No, I gotta go a little bit further to the left. Alright, go in this corner. You run into this corner, look right up here. So it's looking like we're gonna have to aim like right along the edge of the silo. Aim sort of high. Oh, no, we gotta aim even higher and a little bit more to the left. So we're gonna come like right here. Oh, son of a bee sting. A little bit more to the left might actually do it. So like right over this edge. You might even have to put a little oomph in it. Alright, there we go. And there you go. You got yourself your Z smoke complete smoke. Alright, there's nothing failing about that. Alright, another one that people like to do. We used to throw smokes for all the trains. At least I used to have these ones where I could throw them on the run down each lane. But that one just hit the silo. So, see if you can even throw over those things anymore. Yeah, yes you can. There you go. We got 5 train smoke completed. So there's nothing he can do about that one. Alright. We got ourselves this. The next one should be Ivy. Back of Ivy, kind of. Ooh, not really as deep as I wanted it. I need to aim a little bit more to the right. Alright, let's see. Like right around here. Alright, look at that. There you go. That smokes out Ivy, so there's no oppers. And they're pretty much isolated to one side. Alright? That saves you guys from Ivy having to throw the smoke themselves. They can have their guns out the whole time. Basically protecting themselves, assaulting hell. Alright? And the last one used to be right around here. Nope, not gonna be it. That was a little off, I knew that. I saw that coming, actually, I should say. We got this smoke right here. That should be it. Oh, or not. The marshmallow just got in the way. Son of a bee sting. That used to smoke the bomb train itself, I should say. The old bomb train, not the bomb train now, but you could throw this and possibly hit the bomb train. Or the old bomb train. There you go. Yeah, perfect smoke underneath it, too. So, as you guys can see, those are some key smokes that you should learn. Completely disables the ops. Those 4 smokes and used together, perfect. You guys will now be able to assault outside pretty much with only rifles that can contest you. Your guys' close quarter combat with your AK-47s will just destroy and mop the floor with everybody. Alright? I would say, I mean, if that's pretty much it, I would say you can also keep in mind that as you guys are playing the game, like, you might even consider using this. Like, as much as T-side heaven is covered, CT side isn't. So throwing that flashbang out will more than likely blind a person who's up here looking for middle. Hucking a flashbang over the building just to like disable them, even if it's only for a second, not like a full 5 to 6 seconds, it would be worth it because you force them to come out of their position and not allow them. You deny them the opening pick, alright? The first blood, some people would call it. And that would be strong to do. And depending on how far it goes, and how this guy is playing in this area too, and if he's playing up here, and if that flashbang just kind of goes into his field of vision, it'll do just enough. And I would say also, and like I said, you guys, I said that how you guys can notice this. You can throw smokes down. Whoops. You can throw smokes down. You see how it doesn't really bloom through objects, but when you go inside of them, it does. Alright? It's kind of smoked out, but like from the outside it looks perfectly fine. So that's something to just keep in mind. Like, find a smoke that might smoke that up. Make your life a little easier. Right? That'll disable them. As long as you like just make it everything easier for yourself by utilizing nades appropriately and effectively, efficiently. All right. I already say that you can't climb on the boiler, but you can boost on the boiler. At least I thought you could. Maybe not. Looks like they might have skyboxed it, still in the beta. I hope they get rid of it, because honestly that was one of my favorite spots to see people just jumping up and getting you, just slapping you down with that. Alright, let's see. I think there's this light though. Yeah, there's this light that you can play on. So you may not be able to get on that, but you can still hear 1, 2, 3 frags before they even know what hit them. You can't get on these pipes. I already tried. Like, I broke the game when I tried it. Yeah, I'm looking at pretty much nothing else there is to show. And there's that spot that you can get up onto. There's nothing else in this IV area that you need to know, and you'll be able to figure those things out on your own. But let's see. I'm not really collecting with anything else. I think this might be it for you guys. Just remember, the map. I'm just gonna end up, because this is the end of this video. Don't really need to do anything else, but I'm just gonna say, you don't really need anything else with this map. Alright, you can pretty much just say, hey, we need to figure out a better default, something a little bit more effective. Like, say, like positioning, like just calculate and use experience in tests and trials, and figure out where we can have how many people, how effective it is to have those people there, like those type of guns, whether they're AWP, AK, or Deagle, and mix and match a little bit here and there. I would always suggest making sure that you have rifles on maps like this, because I mean, like I said, the smokes that I pointed out and I showed you very well are going to disable ops, even on your side though as well. So, and as terrorist side, I should say. You just need to be able to like learn those things. Alright? I mean, makes your life a little easier when you're doing things. And what I'm gonna say is, going inside as a terrorist is gonna suck. Like, big time. You're not gonna be able to hide from nades. You're not gonna be able to really take it without smoking. You're not gonna be able to, what's it called? I don't want to look at this. You're not gonna be able to, I would have to say, you're not going to be able to be on top of trains, under trains, so CTs is going to be more difficult for you as well. So the alterations in the map are going to be fine, but I really don't see it. I really don't see it working out. Like, I think it's going to be a very, very rifle aim-heavy map. Tactics are going to play a really big part, but not as heavy as like the shot factor. Knowing those simple angles. So I mean, that's. You're going to need to experience it for yourself. Find those angles, find the spots that you could spray under, spam under, do whatever you can to be that ninja that really just ruins the map for people. Ruins their day. As much as you're not trying to piss them off, or maybe you are, do whatever you can to just screws people over. Like, piss them off. Because you know why? Those people are going to now learn from you. They're going to be like, oh, he can do this. You can do this. And then he's going to do it to other people, and that's how we all improve, because now we know to look for it. So share your information, help the scene grow. That's all I really have to say. But that's pretty much it. Like I said on the last video, join the Steam group the clinic, join the Twitter at Panoctopus. You got Twitch TV /Panoctopus, and you've got the YouTube that you're going to watch this on. So I'm going to be putting out videos again and again and again. More than likely going to be headed back to Source after I do a few more things on CSGO. I'm going to be doing recoil, I'm going to be doing nades, flashes, and smokes, and then I'm also going to be doing more elaborate breakdowns of actual, like, how to play and like what kind of strats you could use. and see what kind of things will remain intact. Alright? Anyways, that's enough for me. Name's Jared Schultz. You guys have a good one.